See, what I do is I use the age-old traditional techniques of weave. Example are the Jamdani technique, the tie-dye Ikat or the jacquards, and all come from different communities, different languages. But at the same time, I will say language of weaving, language of handcraft, and the language of love for creating something unusual. My sari will last a long, 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 long. Nothing will happen and timeless, and you keep wearing n number of times. You will never say ki I'm bored of it. I'll keep loving it. Every time you wear it, you will like it.
There are designers and then there are storytellers who choose threads over words, looms over runways, and heritage over trends. Today's guest is one such rare artisan. Without walking through the doors of fashion schools, he walked into the lives of weavers across 16 states of India, learning the language of warp and weft from those who speak it best. From the narrow lanes of Hyderabad to the global stage, Gaurang Shah has built an empire not on commerce but on culture, worn by legends like Kiran Kher and Vidya Balan, but made for every woman who understands the poetry of craftsmanship.
Please welcome the man who just doesn't design, he weaves history into fabrics, Gaurang Shah. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
So Gaurang, as a designer for 25 years, quality couture mean to you? And where does that intuition for high quality, for creativity come from?
Quality for me is the best of the textile, best of the yarn used, best of the zari used, best of the colors for dyeing, and over and above the design. It has to be something so different, so outstanding that anyone who wants to pick up a sari from me or from anyone, it has to be like a wow factor. So it has to be the best, the quality. That's it.
Is that deep love and appreciation for quality and as aesthetic? Does that come? Is that something that goes beyond fashion also for you?
It goes. It goes. It's part of my everyday life, and this has been inbuilt. In I know God has given me, and my father has taught me. And as you know, I was very young when I started working in my father's store, and I have seen that he used to maintain one single quality of the fabrics what he used to sell, the 2 by 2 blouse material, never compromise on any quality, never compromise on the colors. If you have to have the range, then you have to have the complete range. And that same thing has been built in me, and it's part of my everyday life. Anything I do, anything, it has to be quality.
And has it been difficult to stay on the personal industry that is changing and is constantly, that loves trends and is constantly changing?
See, from beginning now, I have created my own course. 99% of the industry is all into embroideries. I'm the only one maximum who does only weaving. So I have created my own market. I have created my own pathway, my own course, you can say. I follow the industry. I follow all the designers. I look up what they do. And some of them are my inspiration also, the way they present their clothes, their shows, their marketing. But I'm on my own way.
Has much changed in the way that you work over the year, or has the process stayed consistent for you? And how much attention you pay to the rest of the fashion design industry?
Over the years, I have developed a lot. Like the weave techniques, what I use is the same. The designs have developed. The way I approach my designs has developed. The way I create new and intricate designs has changed a lot. It keeps on developing, keeps on improving, and I still feel that there is much more for me to do. I have just begun now, and I follow, as I said, other designers in the industry, and
Names them?
I really love Sabyasachi. I have learned a lot from him. The way he markets, the way he presents the shows, the way he plays with textures and textiles. He's taught me a lot of it. I have learned a lot from Anamika. And there are some things which when I started, Like I'd met Sabya and he said, Gaurang, you should finish the sari in such a way that customer is very happy that the whole look is complete. So I've learnt a lot from these people.
Do you remember the first sari that truly stopped you in your mind? And not one that you made, but one that you saw.
So my mother used to wear beautiful saris, and that's how this whole thing of saris, my love for saris has grown in me. She had craze for saris, and she used to say almost every day shop for a sari. So I used to hang around after school. She used to take me for sari shopping. She used to wear the best of French chiffons you get, or you can say the balucharis. And in those times, in Banaras, they used to weave a sari called Valkalam. So she had one of those, which I still remember was a beautiful purplish wine color. And by chance, somewhere she had misplaced it. And so she used to search for others in the stores कि मुझे सेम वैसा मिल जाए, but she never got it. So she used to wear the most beautiful saris I have seen, and that's how this whole thing of saris started growing in me. And when I was, I think, somewhere in the class of 8 or 9, and I had this craze कि I want to create one sari. And my mother bought me a tussar fabric, and I hand painted on it on the pallu, and that was my first creation. And then as I was working with my father in the matching center, then looking at the saris every day, that whole artist in me started growing in ki chalo, you have a 6 meters of canvas in front of you and you can design what you want. And so
Before the loom, there is silence. What do you listen for when you begin the process of envisioning a new weave? History, intuition, or something more spiritual?
all are put together.
Okay.
I get up very early in the morning, somewhere around 3:34 I get up, and that's how I start getting ideas. I imagine things. Maybe I'm going through internet, I'm reading a book, or one day before I have seen something, and suddenly that idea will start growing in me. And that's the early time of this morning, which helps me a lot. I think a lot then, and then the idea develops कि मुझे ये किस तरीके से I have loved this thing, this design I have seen, and I want to develop this in. But which weave should I do? Which cluster should I send it to? How do I present it? What will be my base? What will be the colors? And then that's the whole idea starts germinating, and then I put it forward to my assistants who draw for me, and we start the whole process.
Much of your work involves reviving heritage, yet your designs feel entirely alive and of the moment. How do you strike the delicate balance between preservation and reinvention?
See, what I do is I use the age-old traditional techniques of weave. Example are the Jamdani technique, the tie-dye Ikat, or the jacquards, and that I have kept the same techniques as it is. I am not changing anywhere anything. Only the designs I have changed. I have changed it to appeal to the modern women here. I can't keep doing the same old designs what they used to do before, because how much will a person buy of the same thing? Na? You also need new things in, and for me also and my weavers to survive, we need to keep on innovating. So keeping the tradition of the weaving techniques, come up with, I don't know how I get the designs, but I come up with some unusual designs, and my weavers are very happy to weave it, and we create some wonderful things.
Yeah, I also learned that you had this new collection of Sridaji and Ganesh. Would you
So
like to talk about
so saris to I weave, I make the outfits, ghagras, all hand woven, handcrafted. And at the same time, I feel why not? Like people are putting art on their walls, the hand painting art and all. So why not our textiles can become art? So my first project was with Mr. Lakshman Ele, a painter friend from Hyderabad. He had given 6 of his paintings, which we recreated in Jamdani weave in the sari. Looking at that, my friend Lavina Baldota from Hospit, she came up with an idea, why don't we create Raja Ravi Varma's painting in saris? So we created about 35 of the paintings in Jamdani. And then after that, next project was, what do I do now? Something I needed a challenge also. And then I came up, why not create Srinathji in different textile forms? Srinathji generally, if you see, they only those Nathdwara artists do the paintings. So I started working on this project, and from every kind of different weaves, hand paint, tie dyes, surface textures. So I have created about 40 panels in different textures.
and what's your favorite?
Each one is favorite. See, each one has taken so much considerable time to create, and convincing the person, the artisan, to create it first of all. Like imagine creating Srinathji in chicken curry. Chicken curry has different kind of stitches which are apt for a floral design or a geometrical design. Here, whereas you are using those stitches in creating a godly figure, which has you see a face and the whole body. So you have to justify your stitches to create that whole aura of the Srinathji. Or imagine Srinathji in Bandhani, tie and dye, which is so difficult to do. So each and every piece is a labor of love. I can't distinct कि ये मुझे बहुत पसंद है और ये नहीं, but yeah. And after Srinathji, this year we have presented Ganesh ji. Yeah, so Ganesh ji again in different textile forms, and some forms which we had could not do in Srinath ji also we have done in Ganesh ji. Like the Paithani we have done in Srinath ji, we couldn't do with the Paithani. So in Ganesh ji we have done the Paithani. And when I show people and they see ki, Arey, in Paithan how can you create this? I said, see, that's the beauty of Indian handicrafts, Indian handlooms, that anything can be done. There is no limitation here, and we still have those kind of artisans available, and their skill is there that we can create anything we want to.
Then I also learned that you have a museum now.
So just recently opened, and this was a dream come true for me. I came up with this beautiful space which I call the Textile Museum, now the present, which talks about the present day work of the weavers. Every textile museum in India or abroad you go to talks about what used to happen before. 50 साल पहले मिलता था, 100 साल पहले ये बनता था. No one talks about what is happening today, the artistry what we have today, the skill what we have today, and the variety what we create today. Through this space, I want to show the world, see, come and experience it.
And this is in Hyderabad.
It's in Hyderabad.
Are there moments when the fabric teaches you something unexpected about patience, complexity, or failure?
It will automatically, you will, because the day I get the concept, from that day till my first that sari comes, it's almost 2.5 years. So you have to have that patience. कि- and that ठहराव, कि ये process इतना slow होता है that from the concept to the drawing itself takes about a month and a half, and then we start the loom, and daily maybe about half an inch is woven, 1 inch is woven, depending on the color, the design. So it automatically teaches you.
Then you've also worked with over 1,000 weavers across India. What have these long collaboration taught you about trust, especially across regions, languages, and generations?
See, all come from different communities, different languages, but at the same time, I will say language of weaving, right? Language of handcraft, and the language of love for creating something unusual. So it's been a great journey working with so many artisans, and we keep training women who have never been artisan in their families, who work in fields or do labor jobs and all. So it's a great feeling that I am able to create jobs for them, create their livelihood, give work throughout the year, and for them also their creativity is coming out. Designing we are giving, but while weaving, the patience what they have to weave that, their story what they put into it. So they are also happy. I am also able to reach out to so many, and I am happy that I'm able to change so many lives.
And there's a sense of fulfillment.
Yes.
So color plays such a central role in your collaboration, in your collection, sorry. Do you see color more emotionally, symbolically, or architecturally? And has your relationship with certain hues, colors, changed over time?
See, all the three words you have taken architecturally and all come together again hand in hand. For any client, anyone who comes to buy a sari, the first thing attracts is the color. Then it goes into design. So anything, any sari we show, either a Kanjivaram ho or Jamdani ho, the first thing they'll say is the color. And and then at the same time the personality of that person comes out. Like I have a client who wears only off whites. So any number of off whites I show, she'll keep buying. I had a client who will wear only shades of grays and blues. She won't wear any other color. So I have to design in particularly in such a way that I am able to satisfy all my clients.
What
And
is your personal color? You
If given to me any design, I would love to start in white, ivory, because I feel that's the purest form of any color, and that's how I had started my first collection at Lakme was also in a white only, ivory only, and any given day of time I will do that. I used to do black a lot. I used to create in black, but nowadays I don't because now no people don't wear black much. And nowadays sarees has become so occasional wear that they don't want to wear black for their occasions. So rarely I create black, but I would love to do it. It has its own drama in it. And over the years I have developed like designs wise also, colors wise also. I had a fascination for big huge borders. Over the time now I have gone into small borders. I used to do very subtle colors because I love subtle colors in the beginning. But I feel that everyone doesn't want subtle colors. So there are people who love only bright colors. So I have started growing into those brighter tones.
I love the way you mix match, dupatta and
Yeah.
the blouse and
It just automatically comes. It just comes out. Even I didn't realize that I can do it so well. It was my second show after Lakme. I had done a show in Chennai. It was a private show, and Lakme, as I said, it was all off whites. And then Chennai, when I did, it was all about colors. I had just put across, चलो ये सब साड़ियाँ दिखाना है, and we'll just make the contrast blouses. And that was the first time I saw a show, my show. And I was not backstage, I was in the front. And when the models walked in, I said, wow, I can do such wonderful things. I can mix match and create different things. So it's all God given gift.
has there ever been a design you loved deeply that simply didn't resonate with your audience? What did you take away from that experience?
Say in about 10 designs what we create, about two or three are as such which are very very favorite of mine, which I know has taken a very considerable time and energy of mine to create, and which I personally love it, and people have not liked it also. There are few pieces like that which I know, which technically also was difficult to weave, but people have not understood कि ये क्यों इतना ऐसा बना है and why it's expensive and all. So it's part and parcel of this.
If a young designer told you, I've been rejected 3 times at the Lakme Fashion Week, what would you say? What did rejection teach you that success couldn't?
See, so you're telling my story. Okay, so the first time I had applied, I had sent 2 sarees as an application, and those 2 were khadi jamdanis. So, which were my favorite? Which in the village where I got this woven, from scratch I developed that. So when I submitted that as a jury selection, I don't think they must have understood, or for them that time, this was I'm talking about what was it, 2009 or 10, 9, 10, 10 I think, yeah. So for them it was not fashion. Hmm. Then someone told me when I got the rejection, one of my other friend who had also applied, she got through, and she had shown anarkalis and outfits and all. So she said, Gaurang, don't send saris. Who will understand saris? You are crazy about saris. People are not that crazy. So it's a fashion week. You have to show fashion. I said, okay. So then I made an anarkali and a sari I sent. That too again a Jamdani one. Again I got rejected. Means at that time na weaving was not that popular, especially for the fashion week kind of crowd. So again got rejected. The third time I got in, again applied, I made a Kanjivaram Ghagra. I said, chalo zara glitter ka banate hain. For me, glitter was Kanjivaram. At that time also, I was never into that kind of glitter embroidery. So let me do a glitter. Someone said, glitter bijao thoda. I said, okay. So I sent a Kanjivaram ka Ghagra and all. So again got rejected.
You didn't give up, but
No, I didn't give up. So, but fourth time I got in, and we showed the collection 2012. But I was the first one to, I think so, I was the first one to show a proper hand woven saris or outfits on the ramp, other than embroideries.
so what did Berlin Fashion Week teach you about how the world sees Indian handlooms? What's it important to take khadi to a global runway and why?
So after my Lakme, I got a call from Berlin Fashion Week, and I was wondering, मुझे कौन पहचानता है जो मुझे इस तरह, they have called me. And when I spoke to them, they said, we loved your collection at Lakme, the way you have shown those Jamdanis in ivory. And So why don't we do a show here? I said, why not then show the world what we are capable of and what all we create. And it was an opportunity for me to create, to move, okay, other than saris I could create a western line out of my jamdanis, the khadis and the organzas. And that was an opportunity for me to show my western side of creativity. And we did a wonderful job. We got lots of appreciation. And we showed the world that, see what all India is capable of and what our weavers are capable of.
Any other international shows that stand out?
No, I have done only one fashion show there now.
In an increasingly digital world where fast fashion dominates, how do you speak to younger audiences about slowness, intention, and heritage without sounding nostalgic?
I have very few young audience. I have young brides coming in, but other than that, I don't have much young audience buying from me.
Yes, Sonam Kapoor, you some people who love your stuff.
Yeah, see, they are one of a kind. Very few, very, very few, who really understand what we do, what slow fashion is. But I will say, all the youngsters, there are many who are buying and wearing good handloom outfits, saris, and they appreciate. So both go hand in hand. You have your fast fashion also, you have crowd people buying for that, you have your slow fashion also. You can't stop.
True. And how has the digital age influenced you as a fashion designer?
Digital.
I know social media was a big
Social media plays a very big role nowadays. Before, it was when I started my first fashion week, and that is when Facebook was also growing in 2012. And we also started at the same time, and we had gone for a first exhibition in Dubai. After my second Lakme Fashion Week, and we had arranged our stall and we were ready at 9 a.m. By 11:30 we were sold out. And the ladies who came, I said, how do you know about me? I'm just new, and I'm first time I have come to Dubai. Said, we follow you on Facebook. So that is the time I understood the power of social media. And from that day onwards, it has been consistently on Facebook and then Instagram. And then we started doing exhibitions in America in 2015. And we covered most of the cities. Every year we used to do one whole tour of all the cities, and it was just the social media which has helped us grow. And right now also, we do shows and immediately you're on social media and immediately start getting calls, we want to buy this. So world has become very, very small. Everything is in your hand now, and it's a good thing, but at the same time it is bad also.
too much exposure.
Too much exposure is there, yes, then too much of copying happens.
How would you describe the ethos of your regal fashion abroad? And does that give you a bigger responsibility to your clients to make clothes that will last?
My sari will last a long, 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 long. Nothing will happen, and timeless, and you keep wearing n number of times. You will never say, "Ki I'm bored of it." I'll keep loving it. Every time you wear it, you will like it, and the designs also, the colors, the textures, what I create are timeless. So people love that, and it has gone against me also sometimes, because some people say अभी नहीं लेना है, क्या लूँ मैं, अभी है ही इतनी साड़ियाँ और वही पहन के मज़े आ रहे हैं, नेहा क्या लूँ मैं आपसे. So it has gone against that also.
When you hold a finished saree in your hands, what do you see first? The label, legacy, flaws, or the person who's going to wear it?
The flaws. Somewhere some little weaving mistakes happen, but that's the beauty of handloom, and that's what is a true handloom. And
So, how much do you let go then? The flaws.
you won't even know that there is a flaw. Only we can I can tell. Even my weaver won't understand that he's made some mistake there. But that's the part and parcel of it, and that's the beauty of it. But once a sari comes from the loom and I get the parcel from the looms, it is like you have created a baby. Like I had imagined this sub design about 2.5 years back, and then after suddenly this saris come, and it's exactly what we had imagined. Put it on the paper, the threads, the colors, and everything, and there's no words here.
You've brought the runway alive with everything from poetry to folk music to dance. What do you believe fashion is really supposed to say to people?
See, for me, any fashion show is a complete story. It's not only about clothes. Clothing is about 10% of the show. It's the atmosphere what I create, the story what I want to tell. So it's all the songs, the dance, my models, the choreography, everything is one story for me. Yeah, that whole thing what I create. And that's for me is fashion. Like I have to tell a story. Like every show you see of mine has a story.
So do you enjoy the process?
I enjoy the process a lot. I think a lot. I can see my show at least 15 days before the show happens. I can imagine the whole show, the whole music. So I give the direction of ये मुझे म्यूजिक ऐसा चाहिए. I'll tell the musicians who are coming, the dancer, this is the way I want you to on the ramp. Then I'll tell my choreographer for the show, the ramp show, this is how I want the models to come, this is will be the re-entry. So I imagine the whole show, the lights and everything, the setup, and then that's the story. Yeah.
How do you measure success? Is it sticking to your aesthetics and what you think is right? Or is it pleasing fashion editors and reaching bigger sales numbers?
Sticking to me, sticking to what I want to do. I don't want to please anyone. I am not here to please anyone here. I am here to please myself. If I am liking something, that's fashion for me. That's it.
What part of your journey do people often overlook but matter the most?
The background of the creation. People say, अरे ये तो इतने एक्सपेंसिव साड़ी बेच रहा है तो बहुत पैसा कमा रहा है. बट उसके पीछे जो जाता है, the investment what we have to put in to create things, the time what goes into creating things, and it need not be necessary कि जितना भी हम पेपर बनाते हैं, जितने ड्राइंग्स जाते हैं, सबका सब बहुत अच्छे से बन के आता हो. And the marketing what we have to do, and when a client comes, the number of pieces we have to show, and then she says, ठीक है थोड़े दिन के बाद आएंगे, नया आएगा ना और कुछ.
But yeah, there's a huge amount of work behind hard work. Should we dive now into the rapid fire?
Yeah.
So weave or die, where does your heart lie more?
Weave.
One Indian weave you think the world hasn't appreciated enough?
See, you have the different techniques what we have. You can say the Jamdani weave, it is so versatile. Anything can be created, anything. People what they create anything in print and embroidery, we can do it in weave also.
Design inspiration, architecture, nature.
Both.
What's the one non-textile object you wish you could translate into a saree? What do you think is the most beautiful saree you've ever designed?
I had created a Paithani, a design called Bangdi More. It's Bangdi means bangle in Marathi and More is peacock. So a bangle which is the size of about 1.5 inches in round, and 4 peacocks in it. So imagine a bangli, this is the size of the bangle and 4 peacocks, and the whole sari had all over that same border, which took about 5 years to weave. So the first piece had come, and it was one single lady, she had woven it, and it was like no one has ever attempted to weave that kind of a design, or that intricate design, I will say, that minute design, and it was outstanding.
Who has it now?
One of my client bought it.
Who is your best friend in the fashion industry?
As a friend, not on a daily basis, but Anamika Khanna, Gaurav Gupta, Sabyasachi, when we meet, yeah, we are good friends.
Which competitor do you have the most respect for?
In handloom, handcrafts,
You would. What's the first thing you do every morning before the work begins?
I do meditation.
A book, a film, a song that shaped how you think about art?
Lots of textiles books I have written, I have read. Plus, you won't believe, I read lots of crime books, courtroom dramas, and that's how I have a very sharp mind. I can catch up any design and immediately put it on what I want to do with it. I can, like a weaver sends me a design कि मुझे नया color दे दो, within seconds I can give off new color combinations to him, or I can do any twisting of the design anyone wants. I have this whole lot of girls who draw for me, and after drawing, one girl who's in charge of the coloring, she'll come, sir, इसके लिए मुझे color दे दीजिए पूरा. Immediately I can, within seconds, it just takes seconds for me. I close my eyes and I can imagine things, and I can.
Actually, effortlessly.
Yes.
But there's a Sherlock Holmes side also now. Who do you look to when it comes to aesthetic?
Clothes creation wise, Sabyasachi.
Is there a sari you've made that you'll never sell?
I have many.
What's one value from your childhood you still carry into your work today?
Working in my father's store, evening 4 to 8, taking out matching, and so independently I had attended a lady, and I must be about 15 or 16, and she had got a whole lot of saris, a suitcase. कि मुझे पूरा matching कर दो, and it took about 2 hours for me to give all the matching and all. And while going, she paid me 10 rupees as a tip.
From saris to home decor to food, how do you know when something is ready to carry your name?
Some design element, somewhere where I can put in my design, somewhere where I can put in my thoughts and create something which will resonate Gaurang. I'll do it.
If you could design a piece for one historical figure or even a mythological character, who would it be and what would you make for them?
Historical figure will be Indira Gandhi. The handlooms what she has worn are outstanding.
If you could archive one of your pieces in a time capsule for 100 years from now, which would you choose and what story would you want it to tell in the future?
Any of my Jamdani or any of my pattern what I create, the natural dye ones or any of my Kanjivaram also, I can put all my saris together till what I have put it in the time capsule and let people after 200, 300 years, like what today people are saying 100 saal pehle wo banta tha. So I can also say, I want people to say, see, there was a person like this was a person who used to create such things.
What have 800 weavers taught you that no trend ever will?
Patience.
When do you feel most at peace and most stimulating, designing, weaving, or watching someone wear your work?
All.
What does it take to have true taste?
You have to develop it. You have to develop true taste by reading a lot, first of all, and observation.
Thank you very much, Gaurang.
Thank you.
Love this chat.
Thank you.
From the hum of the loom to the hush of museum halls, Gaurang Shah has reminded us that fashion can be more than fleeting. That's it for the Expressions podcast today. Tune in every Friday for a brand new story on the New Indian Express YouTube channel. Please share, subscribe, and leave a comment. We'd love to hear what you think. Until next time, stay curious and stay inspired.